Okay, hello and welcome to my next lecture. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about a few things here. I'm going to start off by showing you how to convert your listing if after you create it, it becomes a fulfillment by merchant listing instead of going to the default fulfilled by Amazon. So in that case, all that you have to do is, if this was your private label listing here, and you can see it's fulfilled by merchant, you would just come over to the actions column here, and you go to change to fulfilled by Amazon. As simple as that. And then on the next screen, it just takes you to an actual thing. It says convert and send inventory or convert only. So unless you had inventory to send right away, you would just hit convert only. And now it's an FBA item. And then when you are ready to ship inventory, you can. So that's as simple as that. Moving on to the next thing, I'm going to start teaching you how to actually create the sales copy for a given listing. So there's a lot of methods to this madness, okay? So a lot of it is, first of all, classifying things in the right category, and then just documenting the right title and bullet points, description, back-end search terms, and all of that. So I'm going to go over some of the basics here, okay? So let's say, for example, we're going to sell butcher block oil. Let's say that's just, the next product that we're going to begin doing private label. And, first of all, we just want to look it up on Amazon. And, well, we know that it's going to be a private label item, so it's not going to be found. So find it on Amazon, it's not going to matter, but we're going to type it in there anyhow. Butcher block oil. Find it on Amazon, see if we can find the category, see if they'll, tell us the category that it's in. It says we could not match that to anything. So you can do find it on Amazon, and then you go to create new product. Okay, so that being said, it wasn't on Amazon, so we're going to create a new product. So we're just going to go down and we find the kitchen category. Okay, so under the home and garden is going to be kitchen, and then it doesn't particularly, for this one, it's going to be a little bit more broad-based than some of the others. They don't have an exact category since it's a very niche type item. So for this one, we're just going to go to other kitchen and then just select that. Okay. So for this here, and we can always change this later on and be a little bit more specific if there's a specific category we really want it in versus the others. But for this example, we're just going to pick that. Many other products that we're going to work on or that you're going to import will have a specific category that it'll exactly fall into. But for this one, we're just going to do other kitchen. Okay. So the first thing that they're asking us for here when we create the actual product listing is the title, or the quote-unquote the product name. Now they say max 250 characters, but I know if you've all seen some titles out there that are extremely long and that sort of thing. Amazon is cracking down on a lot of those very lengthy titles that are just basically a bunch of keywords stuffed together to make up a title. So don't do that. Do it the right way. If you have to make them a little bit longer, that's fine. But don't make it some crazy long paragraph of information. There's better ways of putting that information in your listing without having to throw it all into the title. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing being said, if we're going to sell butcher block oil, and let's say that our brand name is Sonic Butcher Block Oil. That's the name of it. So we're going to say something like, we're going to put our first name, Sonic Butcher Block Oil. And, we can take a look at some of the other sellers out there. So this is one of the other sellers of butcher block oil out there. And we can take a look to see how they write their listings. That's their description. That's their bullet points, and that's their title. So they have Clark's Butcher Block Oil, and then they have what's the size of it, and then some other information about it. So, and they have some other information on the title there. So we could do something similar. Sonic Butcher Block Oil. We could say ours is 16 ounce if it is also 16 ounces. And I'm putting these dashes in between, but it's a good way to just separate some of the information. And to make it a clean title. So Sonic Butcher Block Oil, and then maybe some other key terms like maybe what are some of the elements of it. So like orange and lemon oil or food grade mineral oil. So we could say ours is orange food grade mineral oil, all natural, stuff like that. So these are keywords that people might use to find this. So it's butcher block oil, ours is orange, it's made of oranges, and it's food grade, and it's mineral oil, and it's all natural. and you can say and organic, something along those lines. So that might be a good title, and we could play around with that. And the ways that we could figure out what some of the best words are for our product is we can look up some of the actual keywords that are used, to find out, is this an actual good keyword set for this product. So, we could use merchant words, or we can use Keyword Tool Dominator, something like that, to find out what are some of the best words that we could put into our title so that we have the best title. Okay, so some of them here are actual brand names. So Catskill and Watco, those are brand names. But mineral oil, I already have that in the title, so that would be good to make sure that's thrown in there. I had Butcher Block oil, so that's good. And then some of these other ones are brand names, but Food Grade was one that I had, that sort of thing. And then we could try Cutting Board oil and see if there's any other unique ones for that. Again, mineral oil, and then bamboo. So, bamboo again. So maybe that's something we want to try to work into the title or into the bullets as we work on this. So Sonic Butcher Block oil, orange food grade mineral oil, all natural and organic. And we could say, great, works. We could put this in the bullets later, like works well on bamboo, something like that. So we could save that for the actual bullet points. So we'll save bamboo for the bullet points and or the search terms on the back end. So let's save that one for now. So the manufacturer, Sonic, that's going to be the same as the brand name. We'll put that here, Sonic. That's our private label brand name that we're making up for this product. We don't have to put some of this other stuff here. The more complete that you make a listing, the better, of course, on Amazon's sake. But you don't have to put some of this non-mandatory information if you don't want to. But the package quantity is 1, since you're giving them 1 bottle of it. Okay, the rest that you would go through here, you don't have one of these exemptions, so you're not going to put that here. You could put that it's going to have, the UPC code if you have a UPC code for it. I do recommend getting a UPC code, even if you are going to do the brand registry program. Just makes things easier. So let's make believe we have the UPC code, and then we'll just put that in here. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there we go. There's 12 characters. So let's make believe that's our UPC code. Okay. So we're going to go to the next thing, the offer. Okay, so the seller SKU. There's some problem with how you filled out the form. Okay, so let's not worry about that for now. We're not going to worry about the UPC code. That's not the correct UPCO anyway. So anyway, seller SKU. You can make this whatever you want. This is just to help you identify. So if you want to call it Butcher Block Oil, and that's it. That's going to be your only item that's going to be Butcher Block Oil. Then just call it that, Butcher Block Oil. It's going to be new. You could put something in the condition note like brand new and ships same day. So since everything's shipping through Amazon FBA, it is going to ship the same day that somebody buys it. So that's fine to put. You don't want to put too much marketing information here. You just want to put just like a small little blurb. This shows up on the other sellers page if anybody even sees that. Generally, people aren't going to see that for you anyway, since these are going to be private label products for you anyhow. But why not put it, right? Your price. So I always make this price higher than the sales price. So if I'm going to sell it for $19.99, I want to put your price as being higher. So I'll put like $25.95 there, and $19.95 is the sales price. So then it looks like it's on sale and the people are saving $6, right? So now you put the start date as being today, or whatever date you start, and then you put the sale end date like way in the future, so you don't have to worry about updating this later on. So maybe put the end of the year or something like that. So now this quote-unquote sale is going to run for the rest of the year, and people are saving $6 or a large percentage. So that when people are on the listing here, you can see this is your price, and then this is the quote-unquote sales price, even though that's your real price. Okay, and you can see that they're saving $2 or 14%. So people like to see that. Some people actually think that it is on sale, that sort of thing. It probably does help a slight bit into the rankings and that sort of thing versus people who don't give sales. So you might as well do it. Let's put it that way. It's not going to hurt you at all. Okay. Some of the other things here, don't need to worry about any of this. Don't need to worry about handling time because it's going to be through FBA, okay? You don't have to worry about the gift options because it's all whether or not Amazon can gift wrap your items, which in most cases they can, okay? The import designation, you're going to put imported since it is coming from China, and then you're going to put China, this country in which the product was published, or, country as labeled. Complete only if import designation is imported. So actually you put it in the next field here. You put it here, China, since country as labeled. You do have it imported, so you put that there. No big deal. Then down here, I want Amazon to ship and provide customer service for my items if they sell. Obviously, you want this through FBA. For the images, you want to put images. You at least have to have one main image, okay? So you just go to choose file, and then you just choose an image on your computer. So obviously you're going to have images saved for whatever product you are selling. So you would put that item right in here, okay? And if you have multiple images, you put all of the other images in here as well, okay? So that's a matter of that. If it's a variation item, sometimes they'll have, like the swatch image. So you'd have to put each color variation there, or if it's a size, you'd put the size, quote unquote, swatch image here, or what have you. So if it's an item of 2, then show 2 of your same item. Or if it's a pack of 3, then put 3. If it's blue, black, and red, then put the swatch image as those other colors. Okay, that's that. All right. And you want to have it meet their image requirements. So they tell you what the image's requirements need to be. Okay, so it says images must be at least 1,000 pixels on the longest side and at least 500 pixels on the shortest size to be zoomable. So you want people to be able to zoom in on the product, right? Just like this. Okay, that helps your sales. So if people can do that, that's great. So make sure that you meet these requirements so that people can do that for your product. Okay. Getting into some of the other things here, the key products, the key product features, the product description, and the keywords. We're going to get more into that in the next lecture here, so stand by for that. I'm just going to cover the last section here and just show you, what you need to do for the more detailed section. And then in the next lecture, I'm going to cover description and keywords. So for this section, there's a lot of stuff that really does not matter for most products. You could put whatever information you do have available, okay? So if you have some of this information available, put it. If you don't, then just skip over it. None of this is mandatory, though. So your product dimensions, it's pretty easy. If you could measure your product, just put the length, the height, and the width here and choose, the size of measurement there, okay? And if you have the weight, put that here. It's important to put that stuff. People want to know the dimensions of products in many cases, so put that information there, okay? If the shipping weight is slightly higher than the regular weight of the product, if you think like the packaging, might add a half a pound or whatever, then put it slightly higher, okay? You can see some of this other stuff as well. If you have some of this information, then add it, okay? It doesn't hurt to put additional information if you do have it, okay? Some of it doesn't apply to all products. Some of it will. Batteries are included. So if they are, you check mark it yes. It says indicate if batteries are included with this product. So if yours comes with batteries, check mark it. Are batteries required? So if your product needs batteries, make sure you check mark that, because then it'll tell somebody that, hey, they need to go buy batteries, and then if they're not included, or they know that they need batteries for that product, and if they're not included, then they'll know they need to go buy them, okay? And, number of battery types. So it'll tell you which kind of battery you'll need for the product. So if they need 4 9-volt batteries, you have to put that there, okay? So that's important to put. Any information you can give customers to help them understand what the product entails and what it's about is only going to help you sell it more, okay? So make sure you give anything that could be possibly known about that product to the potential customer, okay? And here's just some other stuff. Package dimensions, the dimensions and weight of the product in the manufacturer's original packaging. Okay, so if the packaging is larger than the actual product, put that here as well. Okay, same thing with the weight. So if the weight of the package that it's in, say it's in a box, and the box makes it weigh another 1/4 pound, which is different than the shipping weight, of course, because the shipping weight could be even more than this. Make sure you put that. So if it's in a blister pack, put the dimensions of that, not just the product itself. All right. If it comes with lithium batteries, you have to make sure you indicate that. Okay. Included components, that sort of thing. So you could say, what components does it come with? So if it comes with any of those, put that. Additional features. Is it adjustable speed control? Does it have a countdown timer? These are different for each category. Since this is the kitchen category, it has a lot of things that are relevant to kitchen. Okay, so this will change category to category, of course, as well. Some of the other stuff here, everything, like I said, is not mandatory in this section, but the more information that you can include, the better if it is relevant. If it's not relevant, then skip over it, and you don't need to put it if it doesn't make any sense. This last section here, you must select any applicable warning for choking hazards of children's toys and games, or no warning applicable. To verify warnings, contact the manufacturer or check the packaging. So if they do contain these choking hazards, you need to say that. Okay, if there's no warning applicable, then just put that. Okay, but if there is a choking hazard possible because there's small parts involved in your product, put it. You'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, so just put that there, and that's about that. You should know, especially if it's your own private label product. So that's about it for this section. I've covered the more detail section. I've covered the images, the offer, and the vital info section, and I also showed you how to convert a listing from Merchant Fulfill to Fulfillment by Amazon. In my next lecture, I'm going to cover more about writing the description, writing the bullet points, and also finding out what the best search terms are to use for your product. Okay, it's extremely important into getting more sales and more traffic for your listing. So make sure, if nothing else, you watch this next lecture that I'm going to be showing you here, because it's a great lecture and it's extremely valuable information, just like this last one was. But this is extremely valuable coming up. So stay tuned. I look forward to working with you some more, and have a great day.